Hi, everyone, and happy Tuesday. I hope you had the most incredible long weekend and that you are ready to get back on track. Or are you a bit struggling today? Are you like, oh, wow, I really did it. I overdid it on that long weekend. Maybe you're in Canada and you went overboard on the turkey stuffing and pumpkin pie, and you're struggling a little bit today. You're having some sugar cravings. Maybe you're thinking, I overdid it again, like I overdid it the weekend before as well. And how am I going to get back on track? So that's what I want to chat with you guys today, is how and why, the more important reason being why. For those of you who are just joining or catching the replay, thank you so much for watching. My name is Ailey Swift, and I'm a certified coach for the faster way to fat loss. It is truly my purpose and passion in life to help educate women that eating less is not the answer to loving their bodies. All right. So you might wonder, well, this is exactly the problem, Ailey, is I didn't eat less. I ate too much. I ate too much. And that can be a problem too. I'm not going to lie. There is, when I say eating less is not the answer, it's about eating the right foods. Let's keep that in mind. But here's the deal, you guys. Number one, let's talk quickly about the why. Why did you go off the rails, not just on the long weekend or because it was a holiday, but why did you go off the rails the weekend before, and maybe the weekend before that, and maybe the whole summer? Usually the reason that we go off the rails is because we are trying too hard during the week. We are setting ourselves big, lofty goals that are really hard to stick to. And during the week, we use willpower to get us through, power through, resist. And willpower is a muscle, you guys. It fatigues, it gets tired. And you're not just using willpower for food, you're probably using willpower in other ways in your life, at your job or in your home. And eventually you tire out. In comes the weekend to the rescue, and you give yourself some relax, and you end up overdoing it. So first of all, my first tip is don't set your goals too lofty. And that includes today. If you're like, all right, I'm back on track today. I'm going to get in an hour at the gym, totally crush it, wake up at 6 a.m. and head to the gym. And then I'm going to make sure I have zero sugar. Forget that, fancy coffee creamer. I'm back on track. Okay, well, maybe that's not going to happen today. All right. So first, set small goals. I have a live post coming later on in this week that talks specifically about micro goals, and I cannot wait to share it with you. So let's get real, all right? Why does it happen? We are, kind of doing it in the sense of giving ourselves lofty goals during the week, and we cannot commit to them long term. So that's the big reason why it happens. Or you're under eating. You're under eating, especially on protein, and therefore your body is going into a sugar craving mode because it's a great way to convince you to eat. Our bodies are smart, you guys. They want to survive. So if you try to calorie count and cut back on your calories during the week on a regular basis to a severe level, it will actually trigger sugar cravings. Did you know that? It will actually trigger intense sugar cravings to get you to eat. So if you've ever found your way head deep into the ice cream container without even realizing it, or down a whole Doritos bag and you didn't know what happened, it might be because you've been trying to undereat, cut calories to the extreme, and this is your body's way of saying enough. And that's not what we want to do, right? It could also be that you're dehydrated, you're not drinking enough water during the week, or you're eating too many processed foods and too many sugars during the week. So maybe you're not using willpower at all. You're not using the under eating method, but you're just eating all the things, and your body is now in sugar burning mode. It doesn't understand it can use fat for fuel. It's like, I got sugar coming at me all the time. That's what I'm going to use. So up you go, down you go. Your insulin spikes and then it crashes, and it's a roller coaster. All right, those are your whys. What the heck do you do about it? My first piece of advice, you guys, is it happened. It's over. Whatever happened over the weekend or the last month or the last 3 months is over. It's done. There's nothing you can do about that. And if you sit in a space of guilt and self-loathing today, you will only try to fix that by grabbing to something you shouldn't. So let it go. Understand it happened, move on. That is my best piece of advice for you. All we have is today, all right? That's it, that's all. I posted earlier this morning a really powerful quote, and I said repeat it, and I want you to repeat it again, all right? Clarity comes with action, not with thought. You gain clarity with action. So stop thinking about what you want to do or stop thinking about what you did and just do. Take action, all right? And that could mean making sure that you get in extra steps today. It could be that you get in, say, 15, 10 minutes of even exercise today. Get those endorphins flowing. The same sugar rush you get from consuming that sugar can be found through exercise. You get those endorphins and that dopamine hit, all right? Maybe it's in, making one small change today to say, okay, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to have, say, my donut at lunch the way I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. Just make one small commitment because those small things add up. Not only do they add up in the way of, say, how it shows up on your body, but they add up here, all right? And that sometimes can be way more powerful. When you make a small commitment and you keep it and you stick to it, you solidify in your brain, in your mind, in your emotional well-being that you can do it, that you're good enough, that you've got this, that you're confident. Instead of giving yourself lofty goals that you don't commit to, that you don't adhere to say, once again, I failed. I knew I couldn't do it. I know I'm not capable. I shouldn't have even bothered. That is the difference. And that's why it's so important to make the little goals, you guys, the little micro goals I'm going to talk about later in the week, because it helps to solidify I don't break promises to myself and I can do it. All right? Hydrate, 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 you guys. I cannot say it enough. I drink a lot of water now, and it absolutely does help because sometimes sugar cravings can be actually just dehydration. And then make sure you're eating a good, well-balanced meal today. Maybe you do still have a little bit of sugar because you're weaning yourself off, and that's fair. But make sure that you're getting in enough protein. Enough protein is actually one of those reasons why you're reaching for sugar again. So it could be that you are not getting in enough protein on a regular basis. And ladies, you're not. I'm talking to you. You're not. I know we're not. I know women are notorious for not eating enough protein. And I have to stay laser focused to make sure I get in my protein for the day. So I want you to commit to eating some nice whole food nutrition today, some good quality protein, lots of water, and then even if you do slip up and have one of those sweet treats or one of those salty treats that you've been indulging in for a while, you know that you've started in the right direction. Again, through action comes clarity, not through thought, all right? So stop thinking and start doing, you guys. Speaking of start doing, you got to start doing the sign up for Ailey's next Faster Way to Fat Loss round. Stop thinking about that, all right? Stop thinking, oh, one day, today's not the right day, one day, all we have is today. I start next Monday, 6 days, I kick off my next round. I would love to have you be my next success story. I would love to educate you exactly how this all works. How can I possibly eat more and lose weight? It is happening. I shared with you my before picture this morning on social. That was a lot of Ailey to see. So I do forgive me for bearing it all quite literally, but stay tuned for more of my transformation photos and story over the course of this next week. I'm going to be sharing them with you. I wanted to share with you where I was at first, and I'm not going to be just sharing with you where I've gotten to. I want you to see the progress that I've made in all the areas where it maybe felt like there was no progress, because that is just as important. All right, guys, I'll put the link in the comments below for you to grab your spot for next Monday. We kick off prep week. I can't wait to have you. And if you found this post helpful, I would love to know it. So a like or a heart is always great for me to know if you're enjoying the content, as well as a share for other people that need a little bit of help getting back on track after the holidays. Talk to you soon.